Hello everyone, great to see you. My name's Mike.
Hello, I'm Costas.
Hi, I'm Fred.
Hi, I'm Tim.
So this is our fifth West African drumming lesson today. And if you haven't yet seen videos number 1, 2, 3 and 4 in our West African drumming series, you need to watch them before you do this video. Otherwise, quite simply, you won't know what to do. So we're going to start off by carrying and learning more about our West African piece. And remember before, we talked about improvising. So we often call them solos. That's where it's your chance to make up your own thing. And when we did it before, we had our pattern that was Fred's djembe pattern, which was bass, tone, djembe, and then we did 2 claps. And it was during the 2 claps we took it in turns to do solos. That was great. We are much better drummers now. We're further on. So now we need to double the length of our solos. So we're going to change it. I'm now going to play on my drum the rhythm slap, a 2, slap, a 2. Then I'm going to clap my hands 4 times. And it's during those 4 claps you get a chance to do a solo. Just so you fully understand, to make sure it's really clear, we're going to demonstrate first. So I'm going to do my slap a 2 rhythm. I'm going to do the claps. First time I do the 4 claps, Costas will do a solo. Second time, Fred will do one. Last time, Tim will do one. Here we go. So you get the idea, really easy enough. So shall we have a go at trying to do that with our track now? Now the thing is, remember we talked about this before, that you need to really think carefully about the different sounds that you're going to play, because it's not so interesting if you stick with just tones or just basses or just slaps. Mix them up. But also you've got 4 beats now. And in those 4 beats you can do some bits fast, some bits slow. Again, it's not so musically interesting if you just did fast the whole time. Try and vary it around a little bit. And also, like we did before, we're going to do this quite a few times over. So if there's more than one of you watching this, wherever you are, can you pick who's going to go first? Just like we had Costas went first. Who's going to go second? Like we had Fred going second. And who's going to go third and fourth? Maybe you've got lots of you maybe all watching it together. So make sure you decide an order before we start. Can you decide that quickly now? And then we're going to have a go at putting this all together. Are you ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. And... Nice. Woo. So if you've all had a go, now do something completely different in your solo. Maybe last time you played fast. This time do it slowly. Maybe last time you played loud. Next time do it gently. And this time, kind of mix up a bit loud, a bit quiet, and a bit fast and slow as well. Well done. Hey, that sounds so good. So again, we're getting better all the time adding these in, and it takes quite a lot, doesn't it, to try and think about what you're going to do for your solo to make sure it's interesting every single time. Often when people learn West African drumming, they don't think about too much about really the culture and where it comes from. Now, we've had, for all these videos, we've had these lovely images behind us, and these images are all places that are in West Africa. Specifically, these are all places that are in Mali in West Africa. So who should we go to first? So Fred, tell us, what is that, if I spotlight you, what's that behind you there?
I've got the Niger River in Mali.
Niger River, lovely, great. Thank you. Okay, Niger River. Nigeria is another West African country. I wonder if maybe that's where it comes from. Okay, and Tim, I'm going to spotlight you so we can see this really clearly. What is that behind you?
Well, as you can see, I'm way up some cliffs here, and the amazing thing is, can you see there are some buildings that have been carved out of the cliffs? And this is a place called the Dogon Cliffs. It's actually a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And it's a fantastic place, isn't it? Imagine living all the way up in those cliffs, Mike.
Wow, it's amazing, isn't it? And what's really weird is that the Inspireworks logo's on the cliffs as well. Quite amazing. Great, okay, and then Costas, you look like you're in an interesting place there, Costas.
Very, very interesting. I'm in Bamako, in the center, and in the market, and I'm just outside a drum store, and I'm all about to go inside and get some drums.
Yeah, that's great. And tell you what, I can see over your shoulder there are some talking drums there and some djembes.
Yes.
As well. And also on the wall in the background there seems to be lots of masks as well. Yeah, which is really good. So I'm excited. It's trying to work out. So lots and lots of masks there as well. And that's because when they do dancing, and that's the other thing that's really important to understand, is that the drumming often fits with dancing. And often a lot of the dancers wear masks on their faces while they do the dancing as well. And I have here, I need to move out of the way. Now again, I need to move it. Oh, there we go. Look, there's a camel behind me. If I move that way, can you see? That is a whole load of camels going through the desert there in Mali. And this is called a camel train. You can kind of see it looks a bit like a train of, like, we like to see carriages, but they all attach together. And we've got the person at the front, which is that side, the person at the front who's leading them there. So maybe, this person, he's been to the Niger River and he's been up to the Bamako city market, he's been to the Dogon Cliffs as well, and now he's walking his camels through there. So it's really important that we understand these are the places that this style of music comes from. It's really important to understand that culture. Also in West Africa, normally when they play a piece of music, they play it for a particular reason. And, we have Happy Birthday. It would be completely wrong for me to sing Happy Birthday to Tim and get everyone else to sing Happy Birthday to Tim if it's not Tim's birthday. And that would make no sense at all, would it? Well, it's the same thing, but in West Africa, every single piece of music is played for a specific reason. It might be you have a piece of music that you are playing to celebrate catching fish for your dinner. Maybe you've been to the Niger River and you've been with Fred and you've caught lots and lots of fish there and you've been really, really excited. Maybe you've got a piece that you're doing actually which is a dance that's maybe celebrating getting some new instruments, some new masks, and maybe you've been to Bamako City Market to go and get that. Or maybe you are just so thrilled you've managed to climb up all the hills, all the cliffs there, up to the Dogon Cliffs, and you have you're celebrating catching that. Also, maybe you've been in the desert and you're playing some music just to calm your camels down. So they're all played for specific reasons. So again, that's something we don't really have too much in our culture, but in West African culture, they have that an awful lot. Now, I think we should try and put everything all together. Shall we give it a go, putting everything all together? So we've got a lot to play as our piece of music. We've now got our call and response that we learnt last time. We're going to start with, then we're going to put in our different patterns. That's all the different 4 rhythms that we're going to play. Then we're going to put in some solos next, I think. Yeah, so we're going to do the 4-beat solos. And I think let's have a space to do 4 different solos. So if you've got 4 of you where you are, you can each take it in turns to do it. If there's not as many as 4 of you, then maybe you can have a couple of goes each. And then we're going to put the pattern in as well. So we're going to put it all together. Are you ready? Here we go. Watch the master drummer play his back. Watch the master drummer do not copy. That's because this isn't copy back. Watch the master drummer play his back. Watch the master drummer play this back. Watch the master drummer call and response. Call and response. Let's go! Here! So Fred's pattern, bass tone djembe, bass tone djembe. My pattern, Zach play this back. Call and response. Let's go, pattern. Wow, hey, that was really fun putting all of that together. Well done, everyone. That's an awful lot to remember as well to put it all together. Now, West African music. This is really important. West African music, I always like to think the number 3, because there's lots of threes of things in West African music. For example, we know from a djembe, we can get 3 different sounds. Do you remember what those 3 sounds are called? Bass, tone, and slap. Okay. Also, a djembe is really made out of 3 things. We've got the wood here, that is the shell, that's been carved into this beautiful shape. In fact, my one's got these lovely carvings on it as well. And that's the first thing. The second thing is some leather on the top, or maybe it's like Fred's drum, it's got plastic on the top instead. And then we also have these different ropes as well, just to keep the leather there. So that's the 3 different things the drum's made out of. But then do you remember there's essentially 3 different things that happen in the music as well. In our musical structure, we had the call and response bit, the bit that I played a bit and then you played a bit. Then we also had the patterns as well. That's where we keep playing any rhythm over and over again. Last of all, we had the solos where we get our own chance to make things up as well. So, number 3 is really, really important. 3 is like our magic number for West African music. Now, I think we have just enough time to be able to play through our whole piece once more, but this is going to be like our performance. So if you've got someone around who hasn't been joining in at home, but maybe this is your chance to say, hey, come and have a look, come in, come and watch us play this whole piece, because we're going to have tremendous fun putting this all together. It's going to be hard. I am not going to say any of the words out loud. You have to listen out for when I do the master drummer stop signal to make sure you stop at the right time, go on to the next bit. Just so you know the structure, we're going to start with the call and response, then we're going to go into the patterns, then we're going to go into the solos, then we're going to go back into the patterns, then the call and response, then the patterns, then we're going to finish. Wow, a lot to remember. So, shall we give it a go? Are you ready to do our piece of music that comes from West Africa? Well done, everyone. Well, that is the end of our 5 videos for West African drumming, but it's not quite the end of your part, because remember, you have to now go on the website have a look at the quiz, see if you can answer all the questions, because again, like always, we've given you lots of information and there's lots of things in there that you'll need to see if you can remember for the quiz. But then when you've done that, that's not the end of your journey with us, because we on our website, we have got loads and loads of different types of world music videos. We've done samba before, we've got some other things we're doing as well. So keep looking back at that. If you enjoy doing West African drumming, see if you can do a different style of music as well. But thanks so much for joining us for this. We've had great fun. Have you had good fun, guys?
Yeah, great time. Thank you.
All right, take care, guys. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.